Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. This week I'm reviewing My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This is the first book of the Neapolitan novels and it has been on my TBR for a while. A lot of my friends actually read the series and always had such good reviews that I really wanted to read the first book and see if I'd like it. Beginning in the 50s in a poor but vibrant neighborhood on the outskirts of Naples, this story spans almost 60 years as its main characters, the fiery and unforgettable Lila and the bookish narrator Elena, become women, wives, mothers, and leaders, all the while maintaining a complex and at times conflicted friendship. The first novel in the series follows Lila Cerullo and Elena Greco from their fateful meeting as 10 years old through their school years and adolescence. The girls are learning how to navigate school, boys, sex, and the limited opportunities available to them because of their class and gender. Through the lives of these two women, the author tells the story of the neighborhood, a city, and the country as it's transformed in ways that in turn also transform the relationship between them. Honestly, I was blown away with this book and the story. I won't lie and say that I completely understood what was going on because of the writing style being a bit different than what I'm used to, but quickly it all made sense and I felt like I was a child again, living in this Italian culture with these girls. I felt like I was one of them outside, but also looking in at their story. We actually meet a lot of the characters, and some things pass so quickly on the page that we are a bit confused, but the most brilliant thing is that the author brought them back later on in the story. An example of that is a few characters like Nino that appear in the first chapters and we later on see him again, learn more about him, and he becomes relevant to the story. I think that's what helps set the scene and the environment Elena was looking for in this book. We feel like we jump into the lives of these children and their family stories, and with each year passing, the more we see them as two different young women that always find their way to each other. Every chance in these girls' bodies and lives is documented, and it helps give them a new kind of power to understand themselves, but also how they view the other. That's especially true with the way Elena describes Lila and how she constantly changes how she feels about her, from friendship to envy to love to hate. Honestly, all the emotions that kids feel at that age, and we are not even taking into account how difficult their lives were in that poor neighborhood or even in the 50s. It was truly fascinating to see these girls go through middle school and see it a bit like a war zone where learning goes beyond what's in the books, and with late childhood and early adolescence, and how painful that time can be once identity isn't formed yet, things change quickly, and every situation feels like a problem to be solved. I genuinely loved all the plots and plans that these two orchestrate together to change their situations and their own lives. For example, Lila with her plan to get out of the engagement and out of one engagement and into another. It was truly brilliant. Another thing that I really loved was how Elena brought a lot of Italian history into the book. The way women were viewed and the role men had in society, the way young girls were seen by everyone around them. To parents, they were nothing more than a body to work, help around the house, and later on to marry off. To friends as a competition, but also a support system, and to neighbors as a source of gossip. It was an incredible portrait of society at the time, and I'm very interested in knowing what these two friends would go through in their next stages in life. The prologue already gives us a glimpse of Little's disappearance, but I need to know what really happened in their lives and those around them. I'm gonna try to read these books calmly because I feel like it's one of the series that I won't truly appreciate it if I read them too fast. Nevertheless, I already bought the second book of the collection called The Story of a New Name, and I'm very excited to read it. As always, you can like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at ritasbookclub for more content. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. Happy readings!